to Money Mondays with Christy Lambert. This week's question is all about getting paid. The question is, I've done all of this work for a client, sent them the deliverables, it was on time, I have heard no complaints about the work I did, and the client's still not paying. What can I do to get payment from this client? So this is a great question. It's something that a lot of business owners struggle with when they're first starting out in terms of how do you ensure that you get payment for the work that you do from the clients. And the first thing I want to talk about before we talk about how to do this in a situation that's already occurred is talk about how can you ensure that you get payments from clients in the future. And the first thing to look at is, do you have in writing a clear expectation of how much payment you're going to receive for the work done, when that payment is going to be received, and what the consequence is for not paying in writing in advance of doing the work. Why or why not? So just because the reason most people don't do that when they're starting out is because they're scared that if they ask for money up front, that they're going to lose the business. And the truth is, you might. But do you want to do work for clients who aren't willing to sign that agreement up front? And why or why not? Be really honest with yourself about that, because it can bring up some of those long-held beliefs that you have around asking for money. And until you get comfortable asking for money, you're going to probably have similar situations to this. The second thing is, do you get any payment in advance of doing the work in form of a deposit or the full amount, and why or why not? Look at the reasons that you're putting down for why you wouldn't do that if you're not, and really be honest with yourself about if those are real, logical reasons or more fear-based reasons that aren't grounded in reality. And take some time to really look at this, because it can really empower you moving forward as you work with clients around asking for money. Now, when we talk about this specific situation and what you can do about where you already are, I think the important thing for you to think about right now is how much energy do you want to invest in getting this money from the client. Really be honest with yourself about that and how you want to feel about this situation, because this situation is a learning opportunity. It's a really good opportunity to look into your business practices and think about, if you had those clear expectations in place, how much money are you willing to invest in it? And even if you didn't, how much money are you willing to invest in it? And then what I've done is I've put in the blog the outline for a no BS email that's going to clearly outline what your expectation is for payment, when you expect that payment, and what the consequence is for not paying. So that's where you're going to have to do your work and really think about, what is the consequence? What's the amount of energy you're willing to invest, and what's the long-term reality of how you want to feel about this client and your work with this client. So once you answer those questions, then take some time, send the no BS email. I can't wait to hear what comes up for you and how it goes. I'd like to hear from you as well if you've run into this situation with your clients in the past, how you've handled it, how you've gotten that money, and how you've gotten comfortable asking for money. Answer those questions in the comments section below, and then email me your money questions to christy.lambert@areyouthriving.com. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining me. Do you want to improve your relationship with money? Do you want to get to the root cause of why you're spending the way you're spending, or why you're earning the amount that you're earning? Visit www.christylambert.com to learn more about money coaching programs that help you connect with yourself and lead you to a life you love.